First vineyard here, we have 15 acres on this side, planted back to 2019. So those were the first plantation here. We have Vermentino, we have Petit Verdot and Viognier, so 5 acres, 5 acres, 5 acres. And from this side, we have Vermentino planted 2 years ago. So I want you to see how big a tree can become in this climate in 2 years, and how much grapes we can have on a tree in its second year. So look at the Vermentino, very characteristic leaves, you know, Vermentino. Yeah, and look how many grapes you can have on a one single tree or vine. As you can see here, we do have a special kind of trellising. This is what we call lyre. So we open the vine, and each vine has 4 arms. Yeah, for the white we have 4 arms, because for the white we can allow the vine to have a bit more grapes. When it's a red, you have only 2, one like this and one like this, on red vines. On white vines you have 2 and 2. Okay, so we double the production. And as you can see, the trellising is special with the lyre, and we have also the possibility to cover. So all our new plantation are pre-prepared to be covered later on if we want. So we are doing trials on covering the vineyards. You're gonna see some of our vineyards, especially for Le Baron production, they are nowadays covered to decrease the intensity of the heat, and you know, to protect the leaves to stay soft, you know, because in this weather the leaves become hard, and they become like you can break it because of the heat and the dryness of the weather, you know. So this is a 2 years plantation.
2 years.
And this is our new. Here you can see that how the trellising. So we open up the vine in these 2 directions. This here and the other side there. So we have 2 arms here, 2 arms there, and we use this kind of wire of trellising, you know, to open up the vine from inside, and the grape that are outside protected from the direct sun by the leaves. We don't want them to be exposed to the direct sun.
I see. And you do irrigation?
We do irrigate by drip irrigation. So the 3rd year, so now we have only 1 ram. The 3rd year we add another ram, because we need to put more water in less time in order to oblige the rooting system to go deeper. So if you keep on adding water, so water stays at the surface, and the rooting system stays shallow. So if you wanted to go deeper, you need to add more water in less time, that the root system go down. And when the root system is developed deep down, the vine requires less water, because it has access to deeper and to colder environment. This is Vermentino. So this plot is a 2 years old Vermentino. Planted on Paulson, the root system is Paulson, so it gives vigor and it gives productivity. And this is older Vermentino, better quality Vermentino, because with age the vines start giving better quality, less grapes, and you can see that the trees are smaller.
Yeah, smaller.
There they are bigger. So here they concentrate more on the grapes themselves. So you have less grapes, very well spread on the vine. But here you can see the arms as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. There we have 6, 7 tons. Here we can have 4 to 5 tons, and it gives better quality. Trellising system, but it's not covered, and it will not be covered. So the new plantation we give ourselves the opportunity whether to cover or not. But this ones, no.
No needed?
Those were planted at the beginning, and by that time I didn't want to cover anything. So they give different flavors.
I see, I understand.
So there you have more acidity, lower sugar, and fresher fruitness. Here you have more sugar, less organic acids, but you have better maturation. You know, the fruitness is, or the expression of the fruitness is different. So it gives us this maneuvering that we can blend our products differently and produce different kinds of wines. So here, as you can see, because of the intensity of the heat is less, you have the shoots, they are much bigger. So the vine can grow bigger even though we add less water. Okay, so let's go inside from here. And this is very typical for Chardonnay leaves. It's like a complete leaf. There are nothing, you know. So you can see this Chardonnay leaf, very typical for that. And you can see that the Chardonnay doesn't have as much grapes like Vermentino. Vermentino is very productive tree. Chardonnay is not like very productive tree. Count like maybe 16 to 20 grapes or cluster by vine. There you can go to 30, 32. Okay, and here they are much smaller, but this is what we need for Le Baron production. Okay, and you can feel when you enter here, you can feel that the heat is much less.
Much less, yeah.
Much less. And this is what we are searching for our especially white and rosé production to lower the heat. So we start mid of May to cover, and we open just 1 week before harvesting.
I see.
Depending. Chardonnay we might harvest and after take it out. The other like 1 week before harvesting. The leaves are very important for the accumulation of sugar, of tannins, and of phenols in the grapes. So the more leaves you have, the healthier is the vine. And what we have in difficult situation, that the leaves they become very hard. You feel like you can break it because it's very dry. But here, you know, it stays soft.
It's soft and fresh.
Yeah, it stays soft the whole year. Here we don't have Bannati. Here Bannati is in another location. It's the center of Egypt. As I said, it's in Minya. So this is a Cabernet Sauvignon here. So you can see a Cabernet Sauvignon. You can see only two arms. One arm there and one arm here. Not like four arms. Okay, because we need less production on a Cabernet Sauvignon because it's used for red wine production and good quality red wine. So we don't need it to produce 6-7 tons. Here, if we produce 3 to 4, 3.7, 3.4 tons per acre, we're very happy.
I see.
And this is the Montepulciano. It's naturally rosé. It won't turn into black color. It turns into pinkish color. So it's very nice for rosé. It's very typical. You know, look at the leaves, how they are. You know, very typical. Yeah, it gives very good productivity, Montepulciano. And for me, it's very promising. So last year, you know, Montepulciano was made on trellising without cover, without being covered. This year we added this. We wanted to cover it because we did some trials on covering Montepulciano that gave us very good results. So we took this decision to cover all this Montepulciano production.
I can see.
So maybe next year we're gonna have Montepulciano more in our rosé. Until now, Montepulciano is small. Like 15-20 tons. Next year we'll have 50 tons.
I see.
Tempranillo until now didn't exist in the country, so we introduced Tempranillo and Sangiovese. Small plantation. We were having something like 100 trees from each. Now we do have 3-4 acres from each, you know. And there we have Syrah from a previous year, mostly for maybe the signature.
Signature.
Yeah. So we're gonna cover it for the signature, and it's gonna give us, it's like a Syrah with lots of productivity. So Pinot and Syrah will make the signature to produce more and more signature.
I see.
So this is a plantation of 2 years. It's still growing, so we'll not cover this year. We're gonna cover next season. Okay. Look how beautiful are the grapes of the Syrah. Here is with 4. It's for rosé production and for white wine from red grapes. So I don't need color. I don't need a very advanced maturation. I need a normal maturation, low sugar, more acidity. Between Cairo and Alexandria, like we're halfway to Alexandria. Those are, you know, from the river, so it can tells you that the Nile River was here. You cannot plant grapes next to Guna. It's very hot. Imagine like here, there are a northern limit and a southern limit for the plantation of the grapes. Here we're like maybe 200 kilometers south of the limit of plantation. So we can manage using different agriculture techniques to have something that looks like grapes for wine production. But in Guna, you're like 700 kilometers far away from the limit. So it's not possible to get to produce quality grapes. Everything here is done manually. We harvest and we sort out at the same time. So if there are like affected grapes, not really looking nice, we leave them in the soil. We don't transport them to Guna. No need to. Start very early in the morning at 5 a.m. We harvest, as I said, manually. We put in plastic crates, half full, because we want to protect the grapes. And then we transport them in refrigerated trucks. So here the temperature of the grapes is very high. Yeah, that's right. And it arrives to Guna at 15 degrees because it takes like 12 hours. Yeah, 12 so hours. They leave here at 11 in the morning. 11? They arrive 11 by night, 12 by night, and they are processed 6 in the morning the other day. June we don't harvest, you know. We harvest maybe Chardonnay end of June because we use it for Le Baron, so we don't need it to exceed 11% or 11.5% alcohol. So the first one to be harvested, and we need it to have the most acidity, you know, for Le Baron. The Syrah is the first red to be harvested is end of July. End of July. Like 25, 27, 29 by this time of the year. Cabernet Sauvignon is like 10 to 15 days after. Petit Verdot 10 to 15 days after. Petit Verdot can be mid of August. Mid of August. August 10, August 7, August 12, something like this. 2 ramp for irrigation because the vines are grown up. Yeah. So when they are matured vines, we start irrigating with 2 ramps of water to give more water in less time. Every 3 years, we add natural manure to the plant.
Bye. Nice to meet you, sir.
This castle was built by Le Baron Ompin. He was the one that renovated Heliopolis, or as they call it, New Masr Gedida. He built this castle just for him and his family, and this is what stands out through, I believe, 100 and more years. Emphasize the importance of history, and we know that Le Baron, especially with the traditional champenois style, it stands as strong as this. This is mumbar. This is hawashi. Okay. This is sugo. سجق.
소고.
Yes. This is fattoush.
توش.
This is ورق عنب بالكوارع.
카메라.
This is سمبوسك جبنة.
와.
موزة.
모자. 땡큐. 아. 땡큐.
Thank you.